What is going on, guys? Another day here at my lovely carport. Got my dog here, my sidekick. Anyways, you can hear that in the background. That's the black car running. We're gonna be working on the black car today. As you know, we just got the car back. It's finally running. But on the way here, when I unloaded it from the trailer, I happened to see a nice little puddle of what looked like to be oil or transmission fluid. I have confirmed that it is transmission fluid. Now hopefully you can hear me with this mess out here, but let's see. Make sure I don't lock myself out. Anyways, let me go back here a little bit. That way the noise isn't disturbing you guys too much. Anyway, so I got the car currently on all fours. It's up in the air. You can see. Got my jack stands, got everything. I got the car running. What I'm thinking of doing is putting the car on drive. I got a mess in my backyard. Anyways, I'm gonna put the car on drive, let it run, and to see if I can see any actual drops coming from the transmission. If I could, then I can kind of pinpoint where it's coming from. What I don't want to do is take the transmission out to not find that it was anything that needed the transmission to be taken off for. So maybe one of my oil cooler lines is leaking or something. So I'm just gonna put it in drive. Let's take a peek under there and see if we can see something together that is the cause of this transmission leak, because it's definitely leaking. I put a piece of cardboard in the bottom, let me show you guys, and that shit is leaking. This is what that cardboard looks like now. Wet. So yeah, let's do this. Well, we're back. So I had the car running, as you know. I wasn't gonna film it because this car is, by now you will know that it is ridiculously loud, and the chances that you heard me on the last clip and if I was to have the car on right now are gonna be very slim, especially being so close to the exhaust system. But let's take a look at this. Come here. I know we saw it last time, so I have good news and I have some bad news. So the bad news is, let me show you what the bad news is so you guys can see. So that right there, these two marks right here are all fresh. That's just from now. So the good news is we know where it's coming from. Alright, and that is right there. So you can see the drops. It's definitely coming from where the input shaft area is. And you may be wondering, oh my god, what are those bolts on your flywheel? So those are what hold the torque converter to that. So those are my torque converter bolts, nuts, whatever you want to call them. Well, they're technically nuts, but yeah. So those are for my torque converter. So the problem now is that, as you can see, we have the leak right there. It's coming from back there. I confirmed it. I thought maybe it was coming from this general area here. All those blue fittings you're seeing there on the screen, those are for the oil cooler, for the transmission cooler. So I thought maybe that was leaking and it's running down, but that's not what's leaking. So I know I did a good job there, but not so good when it comes to this part here. So bad news, it's leaking. It's confirmed. So the bad news is the transmission has to come off the car, because I need to look in there and try to figure out what's leaking on there. It's probably the pump area. I remember when we took it out, it had like RTV on the bolts. So we cleaned the RTV off and we just never put RTV back. So maybe it had RTV for a reason. So I'll probably when I take this down, I'll probably get some RTV gasket maker deal and put it on the actual bolts when I reinstall the pump. But definitely leaking from that area there, or it might be the actual general seal that's around that big surface. Maybe for whatever reason it came off undone or something. But once I take it apart, once I take it down, take the torque converter off. I'll figure out what the hell's leaking. That's not a big issue. The problem is, though, that I don't have all the tools that I need to do the job here. So I already did it once, but luckily my buddy Shane had all the tools that we needed to get the job done. Unfortunately, I have never acquired such a large inventory of stuff. So for me, I have to kind of remember kind of like what we used and order stuff so that I can have it in-house. I do have an axle nut socket for it. Technically the SRT I believe is a 32, but these axle nuts happen to be way larger than that. So I borrowed my other buddy's axle nut set that he has. I think it's a 36 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta get a couple pry bars, because surprisingly I do all this stuff to cars and I don't even own a pry bar yet. So I gotta get a couple pry bars. That way I can pop these axles easier than what I normally do. And then I think that's it really. Oh, and get transmission fluid, because I'm gonna have to empty it out when I lower this. Maybe I'll be able to reuse it depending on how clean of a drain job I do, but I'm just gonna buy some transmission fluid just to be on the safe side. Get the socket set that I need. What else? I think that's it really. I already got A and fitting wrenches, so that's fine there. It's not hard. That's a good thing, guys. Like, the actual removal of this transmission is not hard at all. So I'm very happy about that. You just need like an extra pair of hands just to kind of help you guide stuff. But other than that, I mean, taking this shit down and putting it back up is not that hard. I'm definitely gonna mark that stud where the flywheel to the torque converter meet, to make sure that when I put it back that it's properly aligned in the right spot, because that did give us a little bit of an issue when the car was in my buddy's house and we were reinstalling that. That happened to be one of the trouble childs. Everything else was pretty smooth. This AC turned on. Please hold. Alright, so the bad news is we got to take that transmission off, and I was not looking forward to that. But the good news is that while I'm waiting on the tools that I'm going to need to get that job done and be able to knock that out, you know, on the time that I have after work. So it's probably going to be probably like a late Friday for me. See if I can recruit some of my buddies to help me out with that one. At least one or two. That would make the time go quick. But other than that, I mean, the time that it should take me to do all that stuff is not going to be long. So while I'm getting all the tools, the good news is we're going to start working on the two-tone. So the two-tone needs very little stuff. That I can probably knock out in a day or two. And then that car, other than tires, for whenever I do want to hit the actual track, that car should be done, ready to go. Just needs to get tuned again. I just want to tune it just to be on the safe side. I mean, technically I don't need to, but I definitely want to register it so I can kind of, you know, try it out a few times. But that should be a few days, so that's good. Then what we're going to do is, so as you know, the Omni needs a motor. That thing has rot knock forever. It started, so I know all the electrical and everything is good on the car, the fuel, everything works. Now it's just a matter of the motor being an issue. So check this out. So I'm getting in touch with a paint shop to paint the daily, the red SRT, the ACR. So I'm gonna do everything: engine bay, exterior, OEM color. I'm gonna choose OEM color. I like that car. I want to make sure it stays OEM color. So we're going to do that. Take that motor out of that car, because I know that motor is good. It's been through a lot. It's been through hell. But I know it's good. I'm going to put that motor in the Omni for now. Get the Omni running. And then while the red car is getting painted, so I'll get the Omni ready. You know, get the black car ready. once the red car has fully been painted, we're gonna throw in one of the built motor that I have that I showed you guys. I'll throw that motor in there because that was always the intention for that motor, so I just stick to what I had planned in my head. So we're gonna put that motor on the red car, probably throw like a 30R or something like that, turbo setup, nothing crazy. I don't need crazy power for like a daily setup. 30R, which should be good for like 400s. I don't see why not. And then that's it. That car should be done. You know, built motor. I'm gonna see about getting a billet input shaft because that is guaranteed to break on that car with that power and torque and all that. Billet input shaft, 30R turbo kit setup. Probably like one of those GTX, the new series stuff. So they make good power for what it is. And then that car should be done. I mean, like done. I'm saying put some wheels on it, and that car is done. Fresh paint, interior is pretty mint. A couple of things that I'll take care of. Built motor, transmission will be beefed up, new turbo, and that's it. That car will be done. That'll be my daily, all reliable, no issues ever. Hopefully with the new setup, it'll be nice and reliable like it used to be. Then the Omni, it's either gonna blow the motor or blow the transmission. One of the two is gonna happen, but whatever. We have plenty of motors and stuff, you know, on the side. Then the two-tone will be out and about, and then the black car should be out and about. And I think, oh, and the blue car, but the blue car is gonna be a side project. So don't worry about the blue car. That shit, it will eventually come around. But for now, let's focus on black car. Get my tools that I need to do that job. Two-tone, get it ready for the track. Couple more things, couple more videos of that car, and it should be ready to go. Take apart the red car, send it off to paint. Use the motor from the red car on the Omni, right? Get the Omni running all good. Tune that one, and we can have some fun with it. Get the red car back from paint. Put that car back together with the built motor, new turbo, some of the same bolt-ons that I had already, because I already have pretty good bolt-ons as far as some of the fuel, some of the intercooler, for example, is one of the best out there. And then get an exhaust system for it, because I don't want a daily that loud ass car like that anymore. And then once that's done, it's Evo time, guys. We're gonna get the Evos running. The blue car, I'm just gonna leave that car on the side for now. I'm gonna take my time with that car because I want it to be, it's gonna be a street car, and it's gonna make a lot of power. I don't want to cut corners. I want to make sure everything's 100% on point with that car, so that when we're out there, it's making some good hits and it's reliable. That's the goal for everything, reliable. But the blue car is going to definitely be one of the most powerful cars out of the fleet of Neons. And then you'll have the black car, you'll have the daily, you'll have the two-tone, and that's it, guys. Yeah, and then the Evos. So the Evos, I got some plans for the Evos, but not yet. I'm not even gonna worry about the Evos right now, because I'm gonna have to get like a Copart account or find some super cheap Evos are for sale that I can steal the drivetrain from them, and then use the drivetrain from those cars for my Evos and go from there. But we'll worry about those later on. Let's focus. I'm gonna take the black car out of the carport, put it down for now, order the stuff that I need to order, so that stuff should be here by next week, the latest, I would say. Get all that stuff, and while I'm waiting for that stuff, we'll get the two-tone ready, and then we'll jump right back to the black car. Alright, anyways, you guys have heard me ranting enough for the day, so yeah, I'm gonna go get this car back. Woo! Hiccups. I'm gonna get this car back down on the ground, because I don't want my rims to suddenly go missing. I'm gonna get this car right back on the ground, and then tomorrow we'll be back with the two-tone, getting that ready. I'll probably go on do a few laps around the neighborhood, make sure it's holding some boost, but I'm very excited for the two-tone, man. Two-tone's got some torque. Can't wait for that. I'm hoping, I know the cage is gonna weigh it down, but I'm hoping that that car makes a solid pass whenever we do take it to the track. I know nothing's leaking on that damn car. But yeah, we're excited. I got the trailer. You know, guys don't already have the trailer, so that's ready to go. I don't have an excuse as far as not being able to go to the track because of a trailer, because I have one. I just gotta back up, hitch it, and go. Alright? But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm talking a lot. We're gonna get back to more action, more working on the cars, hopefully running the cars, racing the cars, and yeah, putting some passes down on the cars, and let's see what they do. Anyways, peace out. See you in the next one. Peace.